What is up, YouTube? It's Jake with Average Jake Golf, and today we're going to be talking about irons. Now, there are two main types of irons. There are bladed irons, like the one I have here in my hand, and there are cavity back irons. A bladed iron is one piece of solid metal that has been roughly formed, hammered down, grinded down, milled down, and then polished to get this beautiful specimen of a golf club we have here. Cavity back irons, on the other hand, are metal that has been cast into a mold, allowing for more intricate designs and greater workability of the overall club head design. Bladed irons are referred to as players' clubs, which typically means that your lower handicap or better golfers or tour pros are going to be playing a bladed iron. Now, a bladed iron is a smaller club head, okay? The club face on this bad boy is small, so off-center hits translates to, you got it, bark knock, because you're going to be in the woods, you're going to be crying, it's not going to be a good scene, okay? Cavity back irons, on the other hand, have a much larger club head, so off-center club face hits are going to typically go straighter or more straight in the direction that you are aiming at versus using a bladed iron. Bladed irons also offer less distance than cavity back irons. Typically, cavity backs allow you to hit the ball a little bit farther. The downside to that is that the cavity back irons are more difficult to control your distance, whereas the bladed irons allow you to have a little bit more workability over your distance. Bladed irons, overall smaller, less forgiving. Wait a minute, forgiveness. That's a good word. Will you guys excuse me one second? Hey Peter, it's Jake. Yeah, I was just doing a segment on irons, and you know, the word forgiveness came up, and it just reminded me about last year when that whole situation with the sand trap and the ball coming out. You know, I just wanted to apologize again for that. Well, how was I supposed to know that the ball was going to come out of the sand trap that fast, Peter? Listen, Pete, I told you, man, those teeth will grow back, I promise you. Hello, Pete. So, bladed irons are not very good for mishits. As we discussed, cavity back irons are a little bit better for mishits. Guys, I realized earlier in the video that I did not go over iron trajectory. So take a quick look at this detailed graphic that I did on my lunch break. It includes the trajectory of a pitch and wedge, a 7-iron, and a 4-iron. What I'm hoping to accomplish with this graphic is to demonstrate loft on a club. The pitching wedge would be the most lofted club out of these three you see here, so its trajectory is going to go very high and the distance will be very short. The 7-iron you see there in the middle, its trajectory is going to be about a pretty decent height on it, but it's going to be a greater distance, and that is in direct relation to the loft of the club. And then of course your 4-iron there, which is your lower or lowest lofted club that is represented in the graphic, that is going to have a smaller apex, which is the peak point of ball height in flight, but it's going to go a greater distance. And guys, we'll cover more of this as we get out there on the range and do some shots on the course as well. So as always, guys, thanks for watching and keep on swinging.